Welcome to the Community Producers, where local volunteers run the show. I'm Sarah Morden, and I'll be your host. Later in this episode, I'm going to be speaking with Terrence Kossakar, the driving force behind the It's Not Weak to Speak campaign. He's taking on the stigma of post-traumatic stress in a really unique way. For more information about his journey, you can follow along on Facebook. Before I head out to speak to Terrence, Bridget Driver is going to introduce us to local author Pat Meehan and talk about his book, It's All Good.
Whistler is a unique town to be a cab driver compared to a lot of other communities because 99% of the people I encounter at that job are wonderful.
So unique that Pat Meehan felt inspired by the privacy of the cab.
I kept a pad and paper in the cab with me, and I started to write down little things that I encountered on the job that I thought might make for an interesting memoir or whatever. And I was traveling in Taiwan a while ago and decided I now have the time and inclination. I'm going to start putting all these little notes I've made into something coherent, and that's how It's All Good came to be.
Concentration levels must have been on high, piecing together a novel while still working the day job.
Obstacles that come with driving cab include the fatigue element. There's a boredom factor. But again, it serves its purpose extremely well for me. I come in, reestablish a bunch of savings, and then take off and travel again. And it affords me the time to write a book.
Many Whistlerites will appreciate the familiarity of the characters and themes of It's All Good. But if you're here for a good time and not a long time, Meehan's stories will give you that local insight.
For a visitor to Whistler, if they picked up a copy of the book, it would certainly provide them with an insight into the community that they might not have on a brief tourist visit to town, because there is a different side of this town, like any place really, that I provide insights into in the book that I think they'll probably find entertaining. It's All Good is a mostly true account of my more memorable moments while driving taxi in Whistler, British Columbia. There's the full range of emotions. Some of it's funny, some of it's very sad. It'll become a part of you.
Sounds like a movie synopsis.
I would love for it to eventually be made into a movie. I think that would be a lot of fun for everyone involved. And there's some sad elements to it, but there's a lot of really funny scenes that happen in it. So I think it could make for some really good comedy.
Many tourists wonder what they should bring home for a keepsake from Whistler, and I think It's All Good, written by Pat Meehan, is a must-have. You can pick it up at Armchair or at Green Lake Station in Rainbow, or you can always order it on Amazon. In Whistler Village, this is Bridget Driver with Shot TV.
I once got into a food fight at the Whistler Taxi Loop, so I believe Pat's seen some crazy things in his day. While I make my way down to meet Terrence at Olympic Plaza, let's check out what Tamara Lashley found at Fire and Ice Show.
Fire and Ice is a magical show that goes on every Sunday here in Whistler. We do a performance for the crowd. Really what it is a big jump, and they put a big hoop on the takeoff, and then they light it on fire. And then we kind of go to town and do a bunch of aerial maneuvers on it and try to please the crowd.
It's a free show. Anybody can come to the village, watch it, enjoy it. Family friendly, and it's a good setup for the night. It gets you out into the village, and then you can go for dinner before or after, so it's a good Kickstarter for the town.
It appeals to everyone. It's a show that everyone, even young kids, old people, everyone can come out and enjoy. It's really kind of Vegas style. It's just a great show, yeah.
It was a bunch of the actual local ski instructors that wanted something fun and different to get everybody excited, and then showcase the instructor team as well too. So yeah, brainchild of some crazy instructors back in the day.
He's got rockets on his skis!
Coming from wild beginnings, the Fire and Ice Show continues to grow year after year. And it seems it's not the only thing that is growing for skiers and snowboarders.
Biggest I've had it is about 55 feet, and the smallest is about 35 feet. We have you know, a good park groomer, Lucas Ouellette. He grooms in the Blackcomb Park, and he's awesome with his cat. He's got a park bully. He builds it all nice, so it's a lot less work now and a lot safer jumps.
While the jump may change, the hard work that goes into this fast-paced, exciting event stays consistent week after week.
Fire and Ice starts for the jumpers at 5:30. We show up. Lucas is already here with the cat, and he's pushing snow. We set up the corral and, you know, bring the rakes and everything and the salt. And then usually the jump's set up and we're starting to warm up by about 6:30, and then they light the ring at 7:15.
We practice all fall. All of us as a group get together once a week and we all practice. So everyone, we spend lots of time working on fire safety so everyone understands what to do in case of an emergency. And we're all seasoned professionals, so there's not a lot of accidents.
On the top of the mountain, I try to just zone myself out, focus on what I'm doing and the trick I'm on, and not really worry about who else is there, who's watching, what's going on. Just focus in on myself and what I got to do.
And if you thought stomping these incredible jumps was their favorite part, think again.
The rapid fire at the end, so we get all the jumpers through at one time and fireworks going off all at the same time. So that's kind of the highlight finale of the show.
Absolutely the fire. It's the most exhilarating thing. Seeing all the kids, especially the kids. Yeah, they really like it. A lot of times we do shows up against the fence, you know, we get right up against the fence with our fire, and seeing the little kids' faces is really what it's all about. It's pretty cool.
The best part is you'll see at the end of the show, a lot of the kids go up and get high fives from the riders and thank the spinners, and it's at the fireworks too. So it's just an amazing all around kind of happy show. So they leave with a good hype up. They see some crazy skiing they don't normally see, snowboarding. So it's just a good all around vibe.
For me, that's the nicest part because you just see like the smiles on their face and the excitement, and you know that you've done a good job and you've brought pleasure to them.
And although the show is for the kids, the performers wouldn't miss out on being part of the Fire and Ice show every Sunday at Skiers Plaza.
To be honest, it's a good session of jumping with your friends. I honestly would do it if I didn't get paid or I didn't get the pass, but you know, because I actually really love to snowboard, and we have a really solid crew of guys, and it's just super fun to do.